Hello students, I welcome you again in this class for the students of Standard 10. Today in this session, we will study our new book, Footprints Without Feet. And this is the first chapter of this book, A Triumph of Surgery, written by James Herriot. So let's we know about author. James Herriot was a vet surgeon. He had many great experiences of curing pet dogs. In this lesson, he has given the description of a dog's disease. Mrs. Pamprey's dog Tricky was seriously ill. James Herriot treated the dog without medicine or surgery. He wrote a series of books of stories about animals and their masters. So this story, A Triumph of Surgery, revolves around an ill dog named Tricky and his mistress. The dog was hugely fat. His eyes were blood red and rheumy. Here rheumy means watery. Being a noted veterinary surgeon, he utilized his vast experiences in writing stories about animals. So students, let's start to read this chapter, A Triumph of Surgery by James Herriot. Before you read, Tricky, a small dog, is pampered and overfed by his rich mistress. He falls seriously ill and his mistress consults a veterinary surgeon. Does he perform an operation? Does the dog recover? So all these questions we will get through this chapter. I was seriously worried about Tricky this time. I had pulled up my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress and I was shocked at his appearance. Appearance means he was become overweight and had become hugely fat, like a bloated sausage with a leg at each corner. So here Tricky was overweight, so he was listless, he was inactive. So Mrs. Pamprey was a rich and emotional lady who has a cute pet called Tricky. She loved him much that she overfed him. Tricky had put on a lot of weight which made him lethargic. When Dr. Herriot saw the fat dog like a bloated sausage, he was shocked. He made a plan and told Mrs. Pamprey that Tricky needed treatment which was possible only in hospital. His eyes bloodshot and rheumy. Here, rheumy means watery and that discharged from nose and eyes. Stared straight ahead and his tongue lolled from his jaw. Lolled means hung loosely. So it shows that he was overweight. Mrs. Pamprey hastened to explain. Hastened means quickly. He was so listless here. Listless means inactive. Mr. Herriot. He seemed to have no energy. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition. Malnutrition means lack of food. So I have been giving him some little extras between meals to build him up. Some malt, cod liver oil and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep. Nothing much really. So Mrs. Pamprey thought her dog was suffering from malnutrition, so was giving him lots of energetic food to build him up and making him energetic, and this was his extra diet given to him by Mrs. Pamprey. And she is saying this is not much really. And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you? The narrator asked, did she reduce the sweet things that the doctor warned her to cut down on sweet things, but the dog was greedy and never refused food, and he could eat a meal at any hour of the day or night. Oh, I did for a bit, but he seemed to be so weak I had to relent. He does love cream cakes and chocolate so. So here we come to know the favorite things of Tricky. He likes cream cakes and chocolate. So here Mrs. Pamprey couldn't bear to refuse him and she had given the things that he loved much. Move to next paragraph. I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. Tricky's only fault was greed. So he likes food. He had never been known to refuse food. He would tackle a meal at any rate, any hour. So whenever the food would be given to him, he would like to eat food at any hour of the day or night. And I wondered about all the things Mrs. Pamprey had not mentioned. So here the narrator says he is surprised that many other things that the Mrs. Pamprey had given to her dog, she had not mentioned here to the narrator. Are you giving him plenty of exercise? Well, he has his little walk with me as you can see, but Hodgins here, Hodgins, the gardener of Mrs. Pamprey, has been down with lumbago. So gardener who was suffering from back pain, lumbago, and he had not been here, so no ring throwing lately. Now he is not playing this game, ring throwing, because his gardener was suffering from back pain. Only her dog has his little walk with Mrs. Pamprey, not much exercise. I tried to sound severe, now I really mean this. If you don't cut his food right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. So here narrator says, if you don't cut his food, and as she has given him lots of heavy and full cream food and that make him overweight, so she should cut all these things that increase his weight, so and give him a more exercise. If he don't do more exercise, he will be going to really ill. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. Here narrator says he should be given a very strict diet, a very balanced diet. Here the narrator asked her if she was giving plenty of exercise. Mrs. Pamprey said he had little walks with her, but as her gardener Mr. Hodgins was down with back pain, Tricky was not playing any ring throwing game. The doctor warned her that if she didn't cut down on her pet's food and give him exercise, then he was going to be ill. Mrs. Pamprey considered that she found it difficult to do so. She even had a wardrobe for him for every season. Mrs. Pamprey wrung his hand, move in the air. So wrung his hand means she moved her hand in the air. Oh, I will. Mr. Harriet, I am sure you are right, but it is so difficult, and so it is very difficult for her. She set off, head down, along the road as if determined to put a new regime into practice immediately. So she determined that she would be given a new diet plan and that would be practiced immediately for curing her pet dog Tricky. Here the doctor knew that Mrs. Pamprey would not be able to keep the dog on a proper diet. I watched their progress with growing concern. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. He had a whole wardrobe of these coats for the cold weather and a raincoat for the wet days. He struggled on, dropping in his harness. I thought it wouldn't be long before I heard from Mrs. Pamprey. Here the narrator was very serious about the health of Tricky. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. Here tottering means moving in an unsteady manner. He had worn his little tweed coat. He had a wardrobe of these coats for the cold weather and a raincoat for the wet days. So his wardrobe was filled with many types of seasonal coats. He struggled on, dropping on his harness. Here dropping means bend downwards and harness means string. I thought it would not be long before I heard from Mrs. Pamprey. So as Mrs. Pamprey was worried and distraught because Tricky would not eat anything. So here we come to know that Tricky's mistress, Mrs. Pamprey, was a rich person. The expected call came within a few days. Mrs. Pamprey was distraught. Here distraught means extremely worried. Tricky would eat nothing, refused even his favorite dishes, and besides, he had bouts of vomiting. Here, bouts means short spells. So he started vomiting. He spent all his time lying on a rug panting. Panting means breathing. So as Mrs. Pampri was worried and distraught because Tricky would not eat anything, it even refused his favorite dishes. It had bouts of vomiting and it spent all its time lying on the rug and panting. It did not want to go for walks or do anything. So here Tricky didn't want to go for walks or do anything. Now he was suffering from illness, and this illness of suffering from his overweight. Didn't want to go for walk, didn't want to do anything. I had made my plans in advance. The only way was to get Tricky out of the house for a period. I suggested that he be hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. Fortnight means for period of 15 days. So she called the doctor to help Tricky, and her decision was right. The doctor suggested that Tricky should be hospitalized for about 15 days and he should be kept under the observation. The poor lady almost swooned. Here, swooned means fainted with extreme emotion. She was sure he would pine and die. And here, Mrs. Pampri was sure her dog missed her lot, and if he didn't see her every day, he would be die. But I look a firm line. Tricky was very ill, and this was the only way to save him. Here the narrator was very determined, and he determined himself that really Tricky, he was suffering from illness, and he was very serious, and he wanted to save him at any rate. In fact, I thought it best to take him without delay, and followed by Mrs. Pampri's wailing. Wailing means cry. I marched out to the car carrying the little dog wrapped in a blanket. Here Mrs. Pampri was not ready for it, as she felt that her dog would miss her very much. The doctor didn't listen to her and carried the dog, who was wrapped in a blanket, to his car. The lady's entire staff came out and brought his things to the doctor's car. The entire staff was roused and made rushed in and out, bringing his day bed, his night bed, favorite cushions, toys, rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, supper bowl. All the staff members of Mrs. Pamby, they started to keep the belongings of Tricky's in narrator's car. Realizing that my car would never hold all the stuff, here stuff means things, I started to drive away. Drive away means moved away. As I moved off, Mrs. Pambry, with a despairing cry, threw an armful of the little coats through the window. So as the narrator thought that his car is not bearing or to keep all these things, so he started to drive away, and as he moved off, Mrs. Pamprey threw a bundle of the little coats through the window, and he looked in the mirror before he turned the corner of the drive. Everybody was in tears. Everybody was crying. Out on the door, I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. I patted the head, and Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail. Poor old lad, I said, you haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. The doctor drove off, and when he went on the road, he looked at the dog and confirmed that he would cure him. So at his surgery, the household dogs rushed at him. So students, here we come to know the narrator, a veterinary surgeon, is a very tactful person. He knows how to deal with people. He adjusts himself well to the circumstances. He immediately understands Tricky's problem. Tricky's does not suffer from any sort of illness. The main cause of illness is overfeeding. So he takes the dog to his surgery and there he keeps it in a natural environment. The dog gets well under his supervision and natural environment of surgery. So students, this is the first part of the chapter. Let it continue. So next part will be completed in the next session. Thank you all of you. Study well. Keep learning.